Welcome back, racers, to round 3 of this exhibition series with the manufacturers. We are with Jevington with Volkswagen, and we are in the Scirocco Group 4 car. Now then, my oh my, was this race an absolute cluster, and it was mainly because of the network issues, or the lag that sort of comes with me being on the Oceania region. Look at my bars up in the top left hand corner there. You're already seeing that it's at 2 bars and it drops down to 1 quite a few times in the race. So I think that has a lot to do with some of the incidents that happened in this race. But that is just something that I will have to deal with as I'm trying to do this SS challenge. I can't get around it. It just has to be dealt with. So anyway, on to our qualifying lap, and we get a little bit of a tow coming onto the start-finish straight to start off our lap, which will obviously gain us a 10th or 2 in our quest to get that pole position. We already have pole from our banker lap, but we do want to go faster. So let's talk about the strategy that I'm going to use in this race. The other people that are using the Porsche or the Citroen or the Honda, they're going to be able to go for a 1-stop. Then mostly everyone else in the FR cars are going to go for a 2-stop. But we, in our front-wheel drive car, are going to go for a 3-stop. Yes, absolute mad strats. 1000 IQ, all of that jazz. And the reason I'm going to do that personally is because on that 4th, 5th, 6th lap on the same set of tyres, I just don't enjoy it. I'm going so slow around corners. I'm probably over 2 seconds slower than my fastest lap time, and I just don't enjoy it. So I think pitting one more time is probably going to save us 10 seconds. I think the pit stop only takes around 13 seconds. So over the course of a race, all the time that I would have lost being on those worn tyres, I might be able to get back if I have a very clean and uneventful race. But you know me, when do we ever have an uneventful race? That's not what you come to this channel for. You come here for drama, for discussions, for controversy. And you might get a little bit in this video, but we are going to try and blame it on that network lag, that netcode issue. And I think what we're looking for in this one is, when is it actually driver error and when is it a little bit of netcode, or, you know, that lag between servers. I'm sure you've all been a part of it or experienced it when you've sort of made contact with a car, but if you're looking at your screen and you pause it at that moment, there is no real contact, and that happens in this race as well, which you'll see in a bit. But anyway, that was our qualifying lap there, and the Ferrari was serving a penalty at the start of the start-finish straight, and we managed to get a little bit of a tug off of him as well, so that may have gained us a 10th of a second, which put us into those 140s. I thought about trying to stick with him, maybe improve my time, maybe go in front, but then I thought, no, I will probably ruin his lap, and I'll probably just, there's no point in me doing it, so I just backed off and let him have it. There we go then, we are on pole, and with the number 17 car on us as well, a good finish here will give us a lot of driver rating points as well. So leading the pack from the front, I dive to the right hand side of the track to try and break that tow, and what we've done here is we've put on the medium tyres, and we've gone 1 TCS as well to help with that tyre wear. And a multitude of things happened because we were on the medium tyres, because I was looking back and worrying about those other players, and because we were on a narrower line, I missed my braking point and I absolutely fudge it up on turn number 1. So there you go, I do this so you don't have to. That is the worst thing you can do when you are sitting on pole, is mess it up on the first corner. So, you know, don't do it. There you go, there's your lesson for the day. But we're going to see it with a silver lining, as we always try to do. And instead of trying to battle past them and tearing up our front tyres, I'm going to use it as an opportunity to sit behind them in their slipstream and save some fuel. I've said it before and I'll say it again, the less time we spend in the pits the better, because that will bring our end time of the race down. The Aston Martin behind us is looking a little bit racy, and he does move to the inside here, and he does send it up the inside going into the fastest corner on the track. A well executed overtake, we will give him that, as the space was there and he took advantage of it. But in this situation, in these longer races, that kind of move slows us down. Maybe if he had followed me through this tight technical section here, I would have been on the back of 3rd place and in their slipstream. He would have then been in my slipstream and would have been able to overtake me and possibly overtake the Mitsubishi as well. Maybe. But anyway, I'm in 5th, he's in 4th, he's a happy bunny, and I'm just in his slipstream. We managed to stick with them until lap 5 when we're going to come into the pits and change from our medium tyres over to our soft tyres. Now looking at the delta on the left hand side there, they're all on the soft tyres, so I did pretty well to stick with them being on the medium tyres. But this is when the madness is going to start. We come out of the pits in an absolute gaggle of cars. There was a bit of contact there. I'm not really sure what went on. Maybe you can slow it down and find out. PJ Mac there just ignoring the fact that I'm on the inside, gives me 2 little taps. And into turn 3, he's going to ignore the fact that I'm here again. Maybe there is connection issues, we don't know. But we're going to get rear and front bumper damage. And looking ahead, the Mazda went off the track, obviously, because of that contact. Then he was sliding back in uncontrollably and hit, was it PJ Mac there? And he gets a 5-second penalty. It's all going to get awkward coming through here again as we get slowed down going into the back of the slow Mazda. And we are in. Look at the cars. Look how many cars are here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cars on the screen at once. Well, 7, but that guy's way ahead of us. The Jaguar is up the inside there. I'm going to try and get the cutback. And coming through here, this is where we're going to talk about this net coding issue. Obviously, there's nothing I can do apart from not race in this region, but we can't do that. We're doing the challenge. Anyway, right at this moment, this is the moment of contact, and you can clearly see that there is like a foot and a half maybe, between me and the Jaguar. Anyway, that little bit of contact, in quotation marks, sends me over to the right of the corner, in which I get a ½ second penalty for. I then try and get on the power, and because we're in the front wheel drive car, and we get dirty tyres because of that cut, we slide over, make contact with the Jaguar, and he goes off the track, which gets us a 3-second penalty. So, 3.5 second penalties. That is a rough penalty time, and I think we can put that down to net code in there. It's just unlucky. I came off worse, but that's what I get for racing in another region, I guess. So thinking about our strategy now, I needed to be clean pretty much in every single lap. But we have not been clean. That lap was an absolute lap from hell. And it's not over yet because we also have to serve this 3.5 second penalty, which we do at the next lap, and we go down from 4th position all the way down to 8th by the end of the start-finish straight there. We are behind the Aston Martin and then PJ Mac in front of him. I like when you do these races and you kind of get a little rivalry with another racer, and then that's how you react as a driver. So in the past, if I have gotten a rivalry with another car for some incidents or some contact, then I get them back by tapping them myself. But recently, I'm a changed man. You guys in the comments have changed me. You've made me a cleaner driver, and that's what I'm going to try and do. So my rivalry in my head is with PJ Mac, and I'm going to do whatever I can in the cleanest way possible to try and get past him and beat him before the end of the race. So we go to the inside and try to stick a move into this fast corner here. He gives me a little bit of a tap there, but that's fine. And another tap in the back. I'm quite surprised we didn't get rear damage there, but he tapped us off. We get the SR down, so I'm going to put that down to net code again, I guess. But, you know, it could have been just a dick move from him, but who knows? I guess we will just never know. Anyway, we catch up to him at the end of the start-finish straight. He goes a little bit deep. We have the inside line, and as we come through here again, remember a couple of laps ago when he ignored me on the inside? Yep, he does it again. Just open your eyes for cars that are beside you. I thought there might be a little bit of a tap coming in here, but we don't. He is driving nice and cleanly, so maybe it has been netcode issues the whole time. What do you think? Let me know in the comments section below. So, end of lap 9, we come into the pits to make our second stop, putting on another pair of soft tyres. We come out in 11th place. Still haven't had to put any fuel in the car, and I haven't put any fuel in yet because I want to drive on the lowest fuel possible. When you drive on low fuel, then it's easier on your tyres, so we'll put in fuel at our last pit stop, trying to make a move around the outside of it's me, Steve-O, but we're just going to try and hold it, but he comes across to the outside. There's no space, so there is a little bit of a tap, but we're going to look up the inside into the final corner and get the move done on both 10th and 9th there, as they both go a little bit wide, and we manage to get in the slipstream of the pug in front of us. A couple of corners later, we catch up to the pug, and as we come around this sweeping right-hand corner, he just pulls to the left. He notices that I'm going faster, I'm a faster car on the track, so he just lets me by. Or he's just really understeering in that front-wheel drive car. I'm going to think it's the first one and give him the benefit of the doubt again and think that he's a nice player. So we gain another position, and next on the list is old PJ Mac. Can we get past him nice and cleanly, no contact? He goes narrow, we get that nice cutback, the old Jev cutback we call that in the beers. Looks like there was contact there, but if you pause it, it actually looks like there was no contact and he might have just swerved to avoid any. But we are past him, that's the last time we're going to see him throughout the race, and our sights are set on the pack in front of us. So they are, there's 4 cars in front of us and 2 of them have penalties, so it might be getting a little bit feisty up there. They might be struggling on tyres as well. It is around this time that the 2 stoppers are going to stop for their second stop. So it will be interesting to see what they do as they come onto the start-finish straight. Are they going to go into the pits or are they going to continue? We're going to pit on lap 13, which will give us a last 4-lap stint to the finish. 2 of the drivers then serving their penalties. The leader going into the pits for the last time, he actually ends up winning the race, so congrats to ERT Rascal. And we go past the Figo in the BMW M4 there as we go on to lap 13. So coming into the pits at the end of lap 13, we do manage to catch up with the Porsche in front of us. And this is the pit stop where it is going to take a little bit more time as we do need to put in 3 laps of fuel. So where will we come out? Obviously putting on soft tyres once again. We're going to come out in 9th position, and we're just going to come out in front of 2 drivers coming down the start finish straight there. If we got caught behind them, that could have had a big impact on our finishing position. But here we go, 6th position and Figo in front of us. Can we go about tracking him down all the way to the finish? 11.2 seconds is the gap, and we have 4 laps to go. We come over the line, it's down to 8 seconds. On to lap 16, it is down to 4 seconds, and coming onto the final lap of the race, it is down to half a second, and we are in that slipstream. So all we need to do is be patient and pick our chance to overtake. We know we're faster than him, we know he's struggling on the tyres, so we're just going to have to be patient and look for that overtake. He's very slow coming out of here, and we do get a nice run on the outside coming into the fast left-hand corner, and we are going to try it. Now bear in mind he has worn tyres, so he's going to be a little bit slidey. There is nearly some contact there, but we just make the move stick and we go around into 5th position. So a good last couple of laps then kind of put another silver lining on the race. It was pretty crazy. I think we were up against it with the tyre wear, but we've done pretty well, all things considered. So we do come across the line in 4th position, would you imagine it? Because as we come around the last corner, 4th position disappears. Just disappears, disconnects, leaves, does something. I'm not sure if something happened in front of us, but they just leave. And we get 4th position. We are obviously being smiled upon by the Gran Turismo Sport gods, and that's going to give us around 900 points, which takes our total up to around 1800 with 2 rounds raced. But that is going to be it for this one. I really hope you enjoyed that race, and look at the stomach on that guy shaking our hand. God, what a man. 971 points in the bag for VW. I think that's going to put us in the top 5 still, so we're still on target. Thank you for watching, liking and subscribing. Thank you to the channel members, and we'll see you in the next one.